Everybody. Brandy Joy here, doing your weekly horoscope for the week of April 4th through the 11th of 2018. I hope your week is going okay. I know we have some crazy Mars and Saturn energies going on with Mercury retrograde aspecting. So I'm sure there's quite a few confusions and misunderstandings going on today out there, but it should lighten up around the end of the week. A little bit. Hi there. Good to see you. Okay. So let's jump on in. If you know anybody that would be interested in their weekly horoscope energies, feel free to share this video with them or invite them in. I'm Brandy Joy. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Brandy Joy TV. All right. So this is the big thing that's going on right now. Mars and Saturn. Mars and Saturn are conjunct. They conjuncted, I believe it was yesterday, directly, okay? Now think about it this way. Mars is power, right? Mars energy is your power. This is about your drive, your internal motivation, how you respond to people, right? When you feel something. So let's say anger, frustration, any type of emotion, all right? I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about emotion, okay? So Mars wants you to start to move forward, right? It's always like, get out of my way type of energy. It's an Aries energy, all right? And so, it's very fiery. And then we have Saturn conjuncted, and Saturn slows things down. Saturn puts the brakes on. Saturn is discipline, structure, systems, authority, maturity, right? So when we have these two conjunct, think about how that might play out. You have Earth on fire, puts it out a little bit, right? So Saturn is the more dominant, of course, energy here. It's the bigger planet. So what it's doing is it's saying, okay, you want to move forward, right? But you need to do it with a little structure, because this is about long-term goals. So think about 2 years ago, okay? 2 years ago, we had the same aspect. Approximately 2 years, this happens, okay? So 2 years ago, in 2016, we had this Mars-Saturn conjunct happen. And it happened in one of your personal houses. If you open up your chart, you can go back to 2016, March, and you can see what area of your life it was affecting, right? And then what happened was there was a retrograde, okay, with Mars 2 years ago. And so it extended into August. So you might have noticed that 2 years ago, you were starting something around the time of March, April, right? And then as you did, it's kind of like a little bit of like, a slow start, right? You're starting it. And then it was a little bit like, I can do this. And then that energy went on for quite a few months. Now, that past 2 years, you have been working with that house. Whatever house Mars and Saturn were sitting in your personal chart 2 years ago is how it's been affecting you for the past 2 years. It's what you've been working on, okay? This is an aspect of work. This is an aspect of you need to work on this area of your life in terms of your power, your personal power, your sphere of influence. Okay. So for instance, mine was in the 11th house 2 years ago. This is when I began my online business the way that I conduct it now. This is when I started going on Periscope and doing readings for everyone. And then, teaching people the cards and everything. So it was in my 11th house, which is long-term goals and soul groups and tribes and things like that. And really getting out there into your groups, which mine are light workers. And I was told that 7 years ago. So you might want to open up your astrology chart and take a look at where Mars and Saturn are sitting right now, transiting that house. Okay, so this isn't about your natal Mars and Saturn. This is about the transit that's happening right now. So, it's likely that it's probably in 2 houses further removed from the 2 years ago. So for instance, mine was in the 11th, and now it's actually on my ascendant. It hit my ascendant directly, which is the first house. So it didn't hit my 12th house, it hit my first house. So you'd have to look at yours to know exactly what it's affecting. But this is the area of your life that you really need to focus on, and you're going to get some really big aha moments right now in terms of that sphere of influence that you need to be working towards for the next 2 years to really make your life purpose the most fulfilling that it can be for you. Yeah, right. There's a lot of stuff going on, actually. We have Mercury retrograde, and it's actually aspecting this aspect of Mars and Saturn right now, which is causing a lot of just, think about power, and it's like a redefinition of power. This is a time for you to say, where do I need to redefine my personal power, right? Where do I need to maybe make things a little smoother for myself? What do I need to do? And so a lot of that is reflecting into people right now with the Mercury retrograde aspecting it. Mercury retrograde is about reflection, refinement, reviewing. It kind of puts the brakes on things. That's why a lot of people say, well, it's slowing things down, messing up communication. Well, it slows things down. It's retrograding backwards. It's making you redefine and review things. Okay. So that's what's going on for the most part. And so this aspect is a very intense aspect, because think about your power and this authority and discipline that's like the father. So it's like, hey, get your crap in order, everybody. Okay. So whatever house it's in, it's telling you to get that in order and to work. And so and this can be easy for you. Okay. It just depends on how in tune you are with your personal path, and how in tune you are in listening to yourself, your higher self, your holy guardian angel, and really taking the reins on your own personal power and your own self-worth, right? We have quite a few aspects happening, though. So it is triggering you in a particular house, okay? If you need a reading, let me know. I do personal readings. In fact, I have one scheduled, I think tomorrow or the next day, for someone that needs a reading. So what do? Well, you could study your astrology chart. You could pull some tarot cards. You could meditate. You could also get a personal reading if you wanted. There's many things that you can do. In fact, I'm putting together a program for everyone to help become the master of your own destiny. There is structure to that. And so I'm putting that together right now. That's what I've been working on. So it's affecting my ascendant, which means a redefinition of a lot of things that I'm doing in life, which is really fun, if you look at it that way. And it's all about framing, right? How do we frame our reality? How do we perceive our reality? Do you perceive it in a negative light or a positive light? Because life is life. You're going to deal with up and down and crap all the time. So how do you want to deal with it? How do you want to feel about it, right? And if you're feeling depressed, a lot of people are feeling a stagnation right now, which is a depression. That is stagnant energy. If you're depressed, you have stagnant energy, okay? Energy is everything, right? So what I recommend, if you are feeling depressed and stagnant and your energy is not moving, maybe some of your chakras are not really moving very well. The energy is kind of just, right? That means you need to move it. That means you need to go outside. You need to get in the sun, and you need to exercise, and you need to do some yoga, and you need to do some pranayama breath work to get that energy moving. And you need to do some kriya and some chants and do some lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. You need to get your butt in order and take care of your temple. Your temple is you. It is everything. It is your house that you have to clean and you have to take care of, and you have to create the fuel for it, right? So there's many things you can do, but you just have to take the reins and get off your butt and do it, okay? And this is a great time to do just that with these energies. Okay, so Mercury retrograde is in Aries, you guys. Fire, fire, fire. It's all about power and motivation and moving forward, empowerment from within you. Okay, so we're at a tipping point. Are you ready? Are you ready to move forward with your life? Are you ready to redefine your personal power and your self-worth, and to be like, I'm okay. I'm all right. What kind of affirmations are you doing? Later this week, we do have a very nice aspect. Venus will be trining Saturn. Okay. Friday and Saturday, we have Venus trining Saturn. Now, again, Saturn breaks things, structure or control, discipline, all of that, very structured type of thing, that energy is going to be very nicely and harmoniously aspecting Venus energies of love and finance. So this is going to be a great time in terms of money and love, okay? So actually a great time to do a spell for love or money and to enhance any of that or to draw it to you is Fridays, because Fridays are ruled by Venus. All right, so if you do meet someone this Friday or Saturday or around that time, this is actually a very good aspect for long-term relationships, long-term potential of a relationship. And also this will give you a very realistic perspective and expectation of others in terms that you're in relationship with, right? So you might feel a little bit better about being realistic about things and going, okay, yeah, I understand that, right? It makes you a little bit more understanding, and because it's harmonious energies, right? Then next week, right? So that's the weekend. We have some really good Venus Saturn stuff going on. Make you a spell. I'm going to actually be teaching spell work in the masterclass that I'm putting together. I'm very excited about that. But next week, we actually have a very nice aspect with Mars and Venus harmoniously trining each other, which will be very nice. Okay, so Venus, love and money and beauty and self-worth will be nicely aspecting power Mars. So your personal power, your sexuality and fertility will be nicely aspecting Venus. Now, what does this mean? This means it's a good time to start a new relationship, and it's a good time to enhance a relationship. So again, this weekend we have Venus Saturn nicely aspecting for relationships, and then next week again we have Mars and Venus nicely aspecting for relationships. So even though right now it's kind of putting the fire under your ass, right? It's saying, hey, get your shit together, work on some goals, get some structure in your life, especially in terms of health with these Venus energies. Get your stuff together. That's what it's saying. And for the next 2 years, you're going to blossom something out of that if you get your stuff together. And then end of the week, relationships and love are nicely aspected, and then next week as well. So go ahead and start it now. Start your energies now. Start working on yourself right now and get into meditation mode. Get into affirmations mode. What do you need to be doing to move your life forward? Look at the houses. See where this is aspecting your houses in your chart. Okay. And in fact, this is in Capricorn at 8 degrees, which is my ascendant. So if you are a Capricorn rising, Capricorn ascendant, this is hitting your ascendant or somewhere around it. All right. So this is going to redefine your life, right? That is the biggest one you can get. So my next 2 years are going to be very interesting. If you want a personal reading, let me know. I am really trying to focus on classes more now. I only have so much time and I'm still doing readings, and I have quite a few booked this week already. I've been working with people, but I am trying to work more on classes for you guys. I really want to do some more stuff to help you guys become the magicians yourself, to become the masters of your own destiny, and to be able to hear your higher self. It's wonderful when you can get guidance from your higher self, and to really feel in line with your purpose and in line with who you are and confident in who you are. It's funny, I saw an Amy Schumer trailer called I Feel Pretty today. I saw it this morning. I was like, that actually looks really fun. It's about confidence, and how women are, it's like people look and say, oh, it's all about the way you look and stuff like that, especially with females. And I love that they're kind of coming at this from, if you change your perspective and reframe who you are and be confident in who you are, right, you become more attractive, right? And I think that's where they were going with this new movie. And I think it comes out like April 20th. I was interested in taking a look at it. It looked kind of fun, So, yeah, Capricorn rising. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Let's see. I haven't been really reading too many of these comments. The chime candles, You can use any candles for magic, for spells, really any candles, because what you're doing is you're putting your energy into the candle and you're burning it into the etheric. Okay, so you're using your etheric energy, you're putting into it, and you're burning it as an effigy and putting it out into the world. And so that is really what spell work and candle magic really is all about, because when you do magic, you are using your energy. Okay, some people are more naturally attuned to that than other people. Okay, so some people, they can kind of manifest things easier than other people. But no matter who you are, you can learn how to do that, which is something that, I think everybody should understand at least. And so I'm going to be getting into teaching you guys about that stuff. But yeah, you can use any candles. That's fine. It's always nice to kind of use the correct candles for the planetary colors, because they have a certain vibration, the colors do, right? So green for Venus on Friday would be good, or gold on Sunday for Sun. Saturn is black on Saturdays. So yeah. Does your chart change? I've had mine read, but would it be worth reading? It depends on when you had it read, because yes, your charts change. Because you have multiple charts. You have your natal chart, which is your birth chart. And then you have transits that are constantly, because everything's moving, right? And so the moon is over here and then it's over there, right? It's moving and it's moving. And so you have to look at how it's aspecting your chart. I watch my chart all the time because, yes, it changes daily. Really, I mean, where's Venus? Venus is in Taurus right now, and it's in my 5th house, right? And then the moon, and you got to kind of look and see how it's aspecting your chart all the time. That's called transits. And then you have the progressions, which is as you age, your charts, your natal chart, actually, you can look at it as a shift. So I used to be, my natal chart is Capricorn rising with Cancer Sun. However, I have and moon actually a Capricorn, but now I am Aquarius Leo energy. So my sun is now in Leo, and my ascendant is now in Aquarius, and my moon is Aquarius. So it makes me very different than I used to be. I come off very different. My frequency has changed. So even though the natal chart will still affect me and has a lot of play, my progressions are also need to be kind of weighed in as well now, because you can see how you've developed an archetype. It's all about archetypes, Oh, cool. Awesome, Thomas. Well, thank you for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week. Use these energies wisely, and I will see you next week on Monday for our 10 p.m. Horoscope. What's up, Bree? Wait, what? What's going on, Bree? Did you have a question? You can text me. My phone's in the other room. Oh, thanks for joining, everybody. Feel free to share this with your friends. Let me know if you have any questions. I know I have a couple people to get back to on my Facebook page, so please be patient with me. I have actually been very busy, and on top of that, I'm trying to take a little vacation from the university this week, so I'm trying to just kind of relax and work on my projects and stuff for the most part, so I'm being a little slow to getting back to people. Thank you. I am getting back to people that email me, though. I am getting back to my emails. Progressions. Do you do your progressions for a year each time? I don't. No. I looked at my progress chart like last year, but I mean, it doesn't change that fast, your progressions. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys. Thanks to Nicole. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you Monday. Bye for now.